Hello, everyone. It's Abby, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Escucha. Before we get started today, I do want to introduce a brand new addition to the team.
Hi, guys.
Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Sherlyn Rodriguez. I am a student here at Cal State Long Beach.
What year are you?
I'm a second year.
A baby. Perfect. We are so glad to have you a part of the team, Sherlyn.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And we do have another special guest here today.
Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Flor. I am a liberal studies major, and it's my second semester here.
Same.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to the show. This is so exciting. I think this is the most I've had on the show since last semester, so I'm very excited. On today's episode, we are going to talk about the importance of Latinos seeking higher education. Are you a first-year college student?
Yeah, I am first gen.
So how's that experience being a first-generation college student been?
I feel like, in my experience, it has been a little privileged, you could say, and I like to acknowledge that because I feel like so many people struggle being first gen. I mean, even getting financial aid already is such a privilege, and even having a supportive family sometimes is such a privilege. But I guess overall, being here at the beach and being first gen, it's been pretty good.
What has your schooling been like community college and transferring over to university?
Yeah, so overall, it's a long story, but
We got time.
Well, okay, so I'm actually 26 right now.
Okay.
I took a huge gap from high school to college. I actually went to Cerritos College when I first got out of high school, and then mentally I wasn't doing that great, and I ended up dropping out. And I started working at Disneyland, and at Disneyland they have a schooling program. So I was this was now 3 years after high school, and I was oh, maybe I should go back to school. So I was dabbling with that, and then COVID happened, and I was I felt like I was barely getting on the track, but I was okay, I'll go to Long Beach City College, because I am doing okay with school. And from there, I just kept going, and now here I am.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of a similar experience. I'm 23, so I started college during COVID. So I started at Cerritos College, and I was there much longer than I wanted to be. I was there for 4 years. Yeah. But I double majored, so I was if I'm going to be here this long, let me make it worth it a little bit and get some extra credits or certificates.
Yeah.
So after that, I was able to transfer here in the fall. And that's how you and I met.
Yeah. Now here we are together.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people kind of overlook community college a bit.
Definitely.
I remember when I was in high school, there was a huge stigma of kids that were no, don't go to community college. You're going to be stuck there. And while I was there, I was oh my God, are they right?
Yeah.
Are they right? But I feel like I made the best decision, especially coming here and having junior status already and being able to graduate next fall, hopefully.
Right.
It's really good, and I recommend that to people who don't know if they want to come to university just yet.
I completely agree with that, because I feel like that was definitely one of my problems when I went to Cerritos, because I was am I even doing the right thing? Should I have just gone straight to Cal State? What am I doing? What do I want to do? Because also when I was in Cerritos, I was zoology major.
Oh wow.
Because I've always really been into science and stuff, and even now I know we were just talking about how I was even debating on switching to marine biology. So it's a lot that plays into it, but honestly, community college was the best way for me, and it's I recommend it, to be honest, because even now I would want to do some summer classes still back at my community college because it's cheaper. Why not?
Yeah, I was joking with Liz, who's one of our editors at the magazine, that after I get my bachelor's, I'm I'm gonna go back to Cerritos and get my associates in culinary.
Right. I tell my boyfriend that all the time. I'm I'm just gonna go back. I love it.
Exactly, and it's cheap.
Yeah,
it's affordable.
Yeah.
What about you, Sherlyn? Did you come to university right away?
Yeah, I came right away. But right now that you guys are talking about that stigma of oh, just go straight into a 4-year, that was me. I did not want to go to community college. I was I need to go to a 4-year straight away. But then starting my first semester here and then seeing my friends that went to community college, I was like, we're literally on the same boat. And I feel they all talk about how the professors at community college, because it's not like prestigious institutions, they actually care about their students.
Yeah.
And you feel more supported. And part of me started regretting not taking the 2 years free at LBCC.
Wow.
And I was like, did I do the right thing going straight into a 4-year? Should I have gone to community college first? But yeah.
How do you feel about the professors at LBCC?
I honestly love them. They were all super sweet. I did have really good experiences, and I feel like they all did genuinely care. And honestly, here too, I feel like at first I would talk to some of my friends that came here, and they were like, oh, like it's very hit or miss, like always be on Rate My Professor. And, and I was like, oh, okay, like sure. And I would be a little nervous. But honestly, even here, it's been good. It's been nice.
I'm glad you've had a good experience. I've had a good experience here. Not to say, I do very much love the beach. And it's so funny because, like, a little lore drop. This wasn't my first choice. It was my second choice.
Oh, okay.
But when I came here for Day at the Beach, I was like, oh my God, I fell in love with the campus right away. And I fell in love with the people that were talking to me and the sense of community that I felt here that I didn't feel at my first choice. So I feel like I made a really good choice. Not to say I've always had, like, perfect professors. There's always, like, one that you're kind of, like, iffy about. But I've had a great experience here overall. And, yeah, I don't regret going to community college.
Yeah, no, community college it's been cool. And now, like, with my nieces, I even tell them, like, don't be afraid to go to community college. Like, if you really don't know what you want to do, like, explore it. Especially, like, I don't know. I love LBCC. I feel like they have such a great range of classes. Cerritos was cool, too. But, I don't know. I felt more connected in LBCC, and I loved it.
That's good. Yeah, for me, Cerritos kind of, I don't want to say it felt like a continuation of high school because I went to school in the same area, but because I didn't run into, like, many people I graduated with there. So, like, I went and I was like, where are my people at? And there was no one there. And I'm like, did COVID, like, keep people from going to school?
Maybe.
Or did, like, most of them come here? But it was still, like, a really good experience. I had really good professors over there. I feel like I connected more with my professors than I did with my classmates. And that's the reason why I'm, like, in creative writing now, because of the professors over there. So what have been both the academic and personal struggles that you faced while being a first-generation college student?
I feel like, I mean, academic, girl, that's just me. I be procrastinating. But, I mean, I do struggle sometimes because, especially when it comes to being first-gen, I feel like it's really difficult. Well, for me, talking to my parents and being like, like, how do I fill this out? Like, what do I do? Like, with FAFSA and everything, it was very much like me. Like, I need to know how to do this. I can't ask my mom. She's the one who already depends on me for her passwords.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, girl. But I feel like that was always one struggle with me, that, like, I felt like alone sometimes because I didn't really have anyone to, like, ask questions to. And even, I know we have so many resources, but I guess I'm just also really shy. So
it's hard, like, stepping out and looking for them.
Yeah,
because I'm not first gen. My dad went to Cerritos, and unfortunately he didn't finish. My mom went to Fullerton, and then she got her master's. But it's been so long since she's been in school where I'm like, hey, where are our tax forms? She's like, I don't know. So I've had to ask my boyfriend for help a lot because we've been in school in the same amount of time. So he's been a really good resource. What about you, Sherlyn?
Yeah, I definitely agree. For me, filing FAFSA, filing, like, my college applications, all of that was so hard. And I even felt bad going to my parents to tell them, like, hey, I'm struggling, because I know they would feel like, I guess the word I'm looking for is, like, impotence, that they wouldn't be able to help me, especially because they're both Spanish speakers and they don't speak a lot of English. So just, like, dealing with that, and like you said, I know there's resources out there for us, but it's really, one, it's really hard to find them sometimes, and two, it's really hard for me to, like, go out of my comfort zone and ask for help, because I feel like I've always been very independent. So when it comes to asking for help, I don't know, I get nervous and anxious. But
I totally feel that. Like, that's, like, me 100%. And I mean, I have my boyfriend, love him to death, but, I mean, we're both first gen. Like, we both are going through this together, and he sees me, and I'm just like, now I'm like, I'll help you, like I know how now.
That's good.
But yeah, it is a little difficult sometimes.
Have you faced any like negative outlooks from family members, like in terms of like education or prioritizing education?
You know what? No, not from my family, but I have from my boyfriend's family.
Oh, wow.
Jeez, man. No, yeah. Like I said, first gen family, that's where he's from also. Very typical Hispanic household, and like for him they're all men. So for them it's been completely different also, that it's very much like, okay, you're the man, you just kind of work. Like, school's not a priority in this family type vibe. Yeah. So with me, she's kind of always questioning me like, damn, you still in school? And I'm like, yeah, girl, like, that's how long it takes. Yeah. Like, it's not even to be, like, messed up. And sometimes, like, I do feel bad because, like, am I not doing enough? You know, like, is this not really enough? Like, because I don't have a job. I'm just a full-time student right now. So she just kind of sees, like, she sees it and she's like, oh, like, you're not doing anything. And it's like, oh, girl, I'm so stressed.
Yeah. I don't think I've really gotten any negative, like, comments for going to school, which I think is really cool. My family and my family friends are very supportive. And they use me as an example a lot to, like, the younger kids. Yeah. Which, like, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, part of me feels good, but also I can tell that they get annoyed. And it's like, I don't want them to hate me for it, but, like, thank you.
Not only that, it adds, like, more pressure.
Yeah. Sometimes it does, because I remember, like, in the gap that I took, my mom would be like, well, so-and-so, like, is almost done with school. And it's like, okay. I'm working at Disneyland, like, I don't care. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, overall, my family, this is what they wanted. They came here because they wanted me to get a better life, have an education and everything. So for them, it's been like school. So yeah, then when I was with my boyfriend and I heard that for the first time from, like, my mother-in-law, I was like, like, I don't know, girl, like, I'm just in school. I'm just a girl in school.
Yes. Yeah, like, my mom immigrated here when she was very young, when she was 2. But she saw how my grandma struggled, and she was like, no, I need to get an education. And she kind of had the similar mindset, like, my family came here for a reason, I'm going to fulfill it. So she went all the way to grad school. So she's always been pushing me to, like, go to college right away, finish as fast as you can, and then don't take a break between undergrad and grad school. Like, you have to do all this or else you're going to get lazy and you're not going to finish. And I'm like, okay. Like, I have to start looking at grad programs in the fall? What? I just got here.
Right. Yeah. That's how I feel. I'm like, I just got here. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
Exactly. It's been like go, go, go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What has been your biggest motivation for getting higher education?
100% my family. 100% my mom, especially, and my sister. My sister graduated from here, and I've always seen her as an example, 100%. And just, I was recently talking to my mom, and she was just talking about how, like, when she came from Mexico, she came over here specifically because she just wanted a better life for us, you know, like, and that just keeps me going. I always think about that. I see her, because she's a little bit older, so I always see her and I'm like, I need to get through it. Like, I need to do it. My sister did it. I can do it. Like, and also it's a little bit of just me, because it's like, I hate when sometimes, especially like with everything going on right now, like as a Latina and everything, it's just like, I want to feel like I belong, because I do belong in so many of these places. Like, we all belong in these places, in these jobs. And I just, for myself, I'm like, I want more. I want to be, like, you know, like, educated.
Yeah. I get you. Unfortunately, my dad never finished his associate's degree at Cerritos College. So I've always seen him struggle with, like, finding a job, finding a stable job. So I've always been like, well, I'm going to do it for my dad. Yeah. Because, like, he never got a chance to. So I want to.
Yeah, for me, it's a very similar situation. My dad actually, he didn't even go to high school. So both of my parents grew up in Mexico. You know, situations are different over there. Yeah. And I've seen him, like, struggle. And thankfully, he's been at his current job for 13, almost 14 years. But I've seen him, like, have to wake up at like 5 a.m. and then work shifts until 6 p.m. or he'll come home and he'll tell us stories or tell us about his day, and then he'll like talk about how someone like humiliated him or something like that. And it's really sad. And to me, it's like, no, my parents immigrated over here to give me a better life. And so I need to get my degree so that I don't, grow up. I don't want to say grow up to be like them, because that's, it has like a negative connotation to it. But like, I want to grow up to be what they wanted for themselves. And also, I think my cousin, shout out to her, Berenice, I think she's one of the first Latino women in our family to get her master's degree. She just got it in May, and she got it in public health. So I think she definitely motivates me a lot, and she's been a really big inspiration to me. And I love her so much.
Doing it. And so on my dad's side, like, my dad and my uncle don't have any degrees, but my aunt, she has her bachelor's, and so she's a teacher. So I've had support on that side. And of course I've had support from my mom, because she went through all this. Mm-hmm. But I think she's like, oh, it's so different now, especially like with the job market and everything. Like, you just have to work hard and pick something reliable. And I think that's what adds more pressure
definitely
onto the familial expectations.
Yeah. Especially like right now, even with education, I'm like, am I going to have a job? Like, we're defending education. Like, wow. Yeah. Like, that's scary.
Like, we need teachers, but where's the money to pay them?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How far within education do you plan on going?
Oh, I don't know. I was just talking to my boyfriend about this too, and I'm like, I'm gonna get a PhD. I could do it.
No, same.
But then I'm like, can I? Yeah. So for right now, let's say my master's. Let's say we'll do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my bare minimum, the master's degree. Yeah, kind of similar to me. Like when I like got into university, I was like, oh my god, I got into a university. I can so get my PhD. Little did I know how hard undergrad is. Literally. What about you, Sherlyn?
I don't really know. So I really wanted to get my master's degree for a while, but then I went to this like networking event with a few journalists, with the National Association of Hispanic Journalists, and I got to talk to someone, and I told him, I was like, hey, I really want to get my master's, like what master's programs do you think are good? And he was like, I'm going to be real with you, don't get your master's. And I was like, what? And he was like, honestly, like in a career in journalism, they don't care about higher education. They care about your experience. Like, wow. He was like, so in my opinion, why waste your money when you can go straight into like the workforce? But I don't know. I just like, I really want to be part of that percentage of Latinas that have their master's degree. Like, I really, really want to bump that stat, up.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah. Because, like, I was just having a conversation with one of my professors about this. I was like, well, like, because I originally wanted to be, like, a film major. Mm-hmm. And it was like, no, that field isn't really reliable unless, you're rich and people pretty much. So I was like, okay, well, I like writing, so I'll do English and creative writing. So when I was talking to one of my professors, she was like, honestly, if you don't want to be a teacher, I do not recommend an MFA in creative writing or an MA in English. And I was like, oh, why? Because isn't it versatile and stuff? Like getting an English degree, you could pretty much do anything, right? And she's like, no, that's not true. I'm like, oh, got it. So Google lied to me. Yeah, but I mean, whether I get my master's in English or something else, I do want to get my master's. I like you said, I want to build up that percentage.
Yeah, I didn't even think of asking anyone if I should get my master's. I was just going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like, but honestly, I don't care. I'm just still going to do it. Yeah. I don't know.
How do you feel about the increasing amount of Latino students who are actively pursuing higher education?
I absolutely love it. I love going on TikTok and seeing all of these girls and guys in their little cap and gown.
Yes.
Bro, I be sobbing watching these videos, and then they're like putting it on their parents, and I'm like, I need to do that. That motivates me so much that it's like, damn, like we're really doing this. So many of us are doing this, and that's just, I love to see it, to be honest. Okay.
So how do you feel about first generation Latinos that don't take the opportunity to go to to obtain a higher education.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their own thing going on in their families and everything, you know, like single parents coming from a different country. So I understand that there's a lot of focus on like getting a job, and that's really the priority, helping your family in that way.
Yeah.
And education is definitely like sometimes not even a question, or just like maybe I'll do an education further along the line, which is also cool. But yeah, in my experience, I had the opportunity and I was being dumb and not taking it. So I had to come through with it because, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just felt bad. Like, my parents came here to give me this opportunity. And it's so funny because now I have some of these opportunities. Like, I really want to study abroad. Like, I really want to do that. And my mom's like, no, like, how are you going to leave so far away? And I'm like, girl, like, if you didn't, just do that to your mama. Like, I'm over here. Like, and I'm not permanently living over there. I mean, I'm just going for a little bit. Like, isn't this what you came here for? Like, I want to do this. I want to be able to, like, do this. Yeah. But yeah, like, if you have the opportunity, I would totally like do it. Like, there's so many resources, even if you're shy like me, like, you just like FAFSA, just fill it out. Just come to school. Like you're not hurting yourself by learning.
That's true.
And time is gonna pass regardless.
Yeah. And even if you feel like you don't have time, you have time for one class.
Yeah.
You can find the time for one class. I mean, of course, like, I understand, like, case-by-case scenarios. Like, because school is expensive. Whether you get grants or not, it's still very expensive, even at a community. Like, I make minimum wage. How was I supposed to pay $800 for a class? That's a whole month's worth of income. So, yeah, I feel like if you have the opportunity, you should at least take one class.
Yeah.
And then see how you like it.
Community college is such a great route to go through if you want to do that. Because, like, the majority of classes that I took at LBCC were all online. So, yeah, like, almost all of them were online, except for, like, my last semester I actually, like, went in. But everything was, like, really easy. So, like...
That's good.
Schedule problem, they'll help you.
Okay, so our last question. What advice do you have for first-gen students listening who may be struggling with finding the motivation to keep going on with their studies?
I think it's such a basic, it's such a basic saying, but ponte las pilas.
Yes.
You just have to do it. Just ponte las pilas. Like, please. Like, that's what I think about. I'm just like, I need to do it. And anytime I text my friend, he's just like, ponte las pilas.
Yes.
Like, just do your homework, girl. Like, don't play Fortnite. Ponte las pilas. I'm just like, I know. I need to. And, yeah, you just need to find whatever motivates you, of course. Like, for me, it's my family, 100%. Like, especially seeing my parents get a little older, I'm like, I need to go. I need to add more classes. Like, I need to finish as quickly as I can. Like, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of my future, like... it's so dumb. I always see, like, the things on, like, Twitter and TikTok, and they're all like, my kid isn't going to have to fill out, when they fill out that little testing form, it's going to be like, oh, my mom has a bachelor's, my mom has a master's. I'm like,
my mom has a PhD.
Yeah, like, that motivates me too.
Yeah.
Like, I just want a better future for myself, for my family, and everything. So that's what motivates me.
Well, thank you so much, Flor, for coming on our podcast. We appreciate all of what you had to say.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me.
Of course. And thank you, Sherlyn, for being a part of this episode, or your first episode.
Yes.
This is also very exciting. Just getting used to the podcast for a new semester.
Yeah, I'm excited to join the team. This is very, very fun.
Yeah. All right, guys, that is all that we have for you today. We will see you next week. Bye.